have so much more energy when you have the cool air and the low humidity. I'm gonna go ahead and work on some projects today, and I'm gonna share with you some things that I have been thinking about, and it's gonna be about the Amish way of living and how that is really inspiring me, continues to inspire me. And it's the art of tidying up, how the Amish really take great pride in having beautiful homes, keeping things maintained, and how it's really inspiring me to just enjoy where I'm at. And while it's nice to get things fixed up, you know, it was fun going to all of those times to Lowe's to get things, to fix up our property. To be honest with you, it was exhausting. It was exhausting, you know, getting things and working on it. It was fun, but you know, I like the quiet life. I like being at home and just having a slow pace of living. I had the wonderful opportunity to be grown up into a place where Mennonites and Amish lived, and our culture was very different. You know, my parents, while we did do some extensive traveling for mission work, what we really did was we stayed home. And my grandma and the plainness of her life and the plainness of just every day getting up early in the morning and doing homemaking. You know, homemaking is homemaking, but when it comes to the Amish way of homemaking, there's such a big difference, because in their way, they don't have the radio, they don't have the TV, you know, they don't have all that outside noise. I mean, they just spent their days, what a lot of people would consider very boring. But somehow our soul, at least my soul, longs for boring. You know, people who live a plain life are considered backwards. I remember growing up, my grandma used to laugh when she talked about stories about people who would say she was backwards. Really? In this world, it wouldn't hurt to be a little more backwards. The older I get, the smaller I want my world to be. I don't need to be running around from this place to that. Looking for the new style, the new fad, the new in thing. The new viral video. I don't need all that. The older I get, the more I just want to be left alone. And I know I am not alone with that thought. I want to keep my friends really close. And I want my life to be just extremely simple. I want to wake up in the morning and tend to my own garden, tend to my own life, and tend to my own world. Person that is always busy doing stuff, but I've noticed that the slower pace I have, the happier I am. And so when I talk about the Amish and their lifestyle, and I talk about the plain people, and I talk about slow living and old-fashioned living, that's what brings me the happiness and the most peace. You know, every one of us has that everyone has that sense of peace and comfort when they talk about a certain subject. For me, it is going back to my roots. It's going back to where I was raised and going back to my ancestors and my grandma and my grandpas and my aunts and uncles. So studying on the history of the Amish and the Mennonite and studying their lifestyle and what the homemaker does. And it's really fascinating to me because when I take what they teach and I put it into my life is so much richer because of it. And I just really enjoy learning more about things, and just since I'm older, not worrying so much about everybody else and just worrying about my own world and keeping the peace in my world. And one of the things I'm really working on every day is doing a little something to tidy up my home. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot, you know, maybe one drawer, one cupboard, one little corner of your house. All of these things inspires you. It feels good. Last night I went and totally gutted out the chicken house, and this here, I totally gutted it out, cleaned everything up, put everything back. I was so tired that I could barely walk when I was done. I was exhausted, and I'm tired this morning, but it feels so good for me. It feels good to accomplish that and to be at home. It didn't cost me anything. It kept me active, it kept me motivated, and it kept me at peace. I notice when I slow down my life, my anxiety levels are low. When I'm always worried about YouTube or worried about everything else, my anxiety levels are high. And for me, I need to adapt the Amish lifestyle. The lifestyle of the homemaker, the keeper of the home, that part of the Amish lifestyle. It's not about pretending you're Amish or saying you're Amish. It's adapting to the Amish lifestyle, to however that is for you. For me, it is a more quiet, a more peaceful, a more slower pace of living. And that has been so tremendous blessing through the years for me. One thing I really learned was to make lists, and it helps me so much to be able to see that I get something done and then to cross that list off. For me, I get so overwhelmed because the amount of work that I have to do, and I realize I don't have to do everything in a day. Rome was not built in a day. I don't have to do everything all at one time, and what I can do is work on it. Work on each day, work on these projects, and before you know it, you have them done. Like this project. Well everyone, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Because of all of you, I got a lot of work done today. Take care, we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Same time, same place.